Hello, everyone. I'm your neighbor here to express my love for the Total War series as a whole and how I came to love the series. Before we get started, please make sure at the end of this video to leave a like, subscribe, and comment anything you wish to discuss to bless the YouTube algorithm. I know you hear this consistently from your favorite creators, but it truly is vital we remind our audience and future audiences of this. Growth encourages us to do better and create more. I thank every single one of you. Without further ado, let's continue. Picture this. It's late 2008. 12-year-old me is being babysat at his uncle's house. My uncle, being a huge gamer, is doing his gamer things after work. He lets us watch the games he plays, but never touch. I guess he assumed we would break everything, even though I was 12 and coherent enough to know not to break stuff. I have a console, silly goose. He first showed me Fallout 3. That just released, and I fell in love with that, but that belongs in a whole separate video. One thing he also showed us, hooked up to the TV, was the computer. From the computer, displayed to us, was Rome Total War. Now this game has already been out for about 3 years, but to me this was brand new, state of the art. What was this game? I can control thousands of soldiers in real time? I was a fan of Command & Conquer games growing up, because my dad was too, so I subsequently loved them. I thought this was the limits of strategy, but my uncle showing me Total War opened my eyes to the possibility of strategy and enjoyment. I was enthralled by Rome Total War, and when I got home, I convinced my dad to buy it for me. I spent easily thousands of hours of my life in the universe of Rome Total War. I even envisioned myself as a Roman emperor. Strategy games are a core part of me, but Total War was just a whole other level. The combat, the planning, the tactics, the politics, economy, diplomacy, everything relied on the other, and this intricate web of strategizing fascinated me. This is one concept of gaming I truly believe helped structure my critical thinking as a kid. The game helped me think of situations in my life as if and then statements, and helped my decision making. I'll probably do a whole other video of why I believe video games make us smarter, but let's stay focused on Total War. Shortly after I finished Rome Total War, I finished Barbarian Invasion, then moved on and loved Medieval 2. Eventually I took a break because I became focused on FPS games with my friends and started falling in love with decision-based RPG. Despite me temporarily moving on, Total War still lingered in my thoughts and was imprinted as a core memory in my brain. My love for strategy was only enhanced. Eventually I would continue with Empire Total War. It was very meh for me, so I took another break. Rome 2 came out, and despite the bugs, I spent about 300 hours in it. There's a formula in there, and I think it'll be greatly implemented into modern Medieval 3 when it eventually comes out. I love the politics that is more in detailed, and I feel it grounds the game even more because there are actual people living in your game. They have an actual family and stories, and I just love it. Years go by after this, and I'm on another sabbatical from Total War. I'm in my advanced teen angst phase, I'm getting in trouble at school, with the police, and focus more on girls and video games. Eventually I get my act together and decide, hey, I'll go enlist. After I came back from training, I used my money to get a $1,300 gaming laptop. Well, the first thing I get is Total War Warhammer. I knew nothing about Warhammer, but it was Total War, so why not? I loved it for about 67 hours until my laptop's hard drive fried. I went back to my console for a while because I was simply too lazy to fix it. Around 2019, I got my laptop fixed again, and of course, what do I come back to? Total War, of course. And I get the newer Warhammer 2. I fell in love. A fantastical Total War with zombies, dragons, lizards, giant rat man? What is this world? I easily put 1,000 hours into Warhammer 2. I was obsessed with it. It completely affected my work ethic and my relationship ethic, honestly. I did miss the political system, but man, this was a golden game, and at the current time with all the DLC, I gave it a 10 out of 10. I was so impressed and couldn't wait for Warhammer 3. Total War is a childhood nostalgia, and I'll always come back to and feel the warmth and fuzziness of being a grand strategist, but we must also be wary of the future, which Warhammer 3 will come into in a future video. Y'all already know how this is going to go. Thank you, every single one of you, for listening to why I fell in love with Total War. As said earlier in this video, I do want to hear your comments and see how Total War has affected your life. Please subscribe to help support our future content, and come be my neighbor.